Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Hope the vinyl community is going well. So I'm going to show some recent vinyl finds and a couple other things from thrift stores. Some pretty good stuff. Turn this up a little bit so you hear the music in the background. What you're listening to right now, I'm going to show is the first vinyl. To show you some other stuff, I got a cassette tape today, Frank Sinatra Duets. Now I didn't know much about this, and the reviews seemed very mixed on it. Supposedly, like, the people who actually did the duets weren't with him in the studio, but recorded over the tracks. But you know, I mean, it's still pretty cool to have different people on here that he chose, like, you know, Anita Baker, Bono, Barbra Streisand, Aretha Franklin, Tony Bennett. So I mean, it's pretty cool stuff to have. So it's pretty nice. I'm glad to have it. Now these other two things I'm really excited about. One, these are both two bands that I know are very well known and very popular, very critically acclaimed, that I still have never gotten into. I got this, tape was 50 cents by the way. I got this DVD for only $2 at a Goodwill. This is Instrument, Fugazi. It's a documentary on the band. I still haven't gotten into Fugazi. You know, I know a lot of people love them. For years I've been hearing my buddies love them, but I just never listened to them. So maybe this will get me more interested if I watch the documentary first. Now the other one, I was really impressed by this. I know a lot of people know this band, and everyone always talks about the record Daydream Nation. You already know who I'm talking about, but I never really got into Sonic Youth. You know, just another band with a lot of discography to get into, and haven't really ever spent this at the time. It was the first time I sat down with an album of theirs in my car and really took it in, and I was very, very impressed by it. This is their album Dirty. Sorry about the sticker on the front there. Picked this up for $1. Great shape in the CD. So I got Dirty, and I was really impressed with it, man. Songs like Teresa's Sound World, Drunken Butterfly, Sugarcane was really great. On the Strip. I listened to the first 11 out of the 15 songs, and I was impressed with this album, Dirty. So, any Sonic Youth fans out there can go ahead and give me some pointers. Now, to show the vinyls, the first two I'm showing here are the only ones that I have that aren't that aren't from a thrift store, that were from a record store. So what we got here is CJ, My Lady's Eyes. This is one of those albums that I really went ahead and got because the sleeve looked amazing, and I was very impressed with the artwork. And you're hearing him now. I think it's cool to have. I love the artwork. It's on an Ovation Records, which I don't have anything from, and maybe it'll grow me more. I keep listening to the first side in the background while doing other things, and it hasn't really hit. Maybe I gotta focus on it more. But I'm gonna keep it. Keep going into it. This is the other one from that store. Wasn't too impressed with the first side of this. Never got to the second one, but like I said, like the other one, I'm going to give another listen. It's on Chrysalis Records. Am I saying that right? You guys know that record I'm talking about, that record label. Chrysalis. Frankie Miller, his first album, Once in a Blue Moon. So, we'll see where that goes. Now these are all thrift store finds we got here, okay? I got 10 Years After, A Space in Time. Never listened to them before. This is their 7th album. It's also on Chrysalis, or Chrysalis. So I'm going to say Chrysalis, let's get it out of the way. Chrysalis. Correct me if I'm wrong later. 7th album, when I saw. Got good reviews on it too. So I don't know too much about them. Actually, it's originally on Chrysalis, I think, and I have a Columbia pressing. So it's on Columbia, but it has both in the back here. So 10 Years After. I know I'm not probably pronouncing him right. You guys might know him. You might see him around. This is Jim Croce. It's his last album he put out. I haven't really gotten into it. I haven't listened to a lot of these yet, so this is his last album. I Got a Name. The records are all in great shape, though. This is awesome. Nothing new, though, I guess. Haven't listened to most of these. Dan Siegel. Don't know anything about the guy. Seemed like it was all instrumental stuff. Seemed a little bit corny 80s when I scanned through it, but we gotta see. Electra. This is an 80s band. From, obviously, not hard to tell. On Sire Records. This is Book of Love. It's their self-titled album. I liked the artwork a lot, like the backside artwork. It was good stuff, and the lyric sleeve inside looked pretty cool with the artwork on it. See, art's pretty cool. So it's 80s synthy stuff as far as I know, dancey. So we'll see how it goes. I was glad I picked this up. I picked this up because I thought the album, I liked the name of the record and how it goes with the album sleeve, and I also liked this this guy's music from what I heard when what he did with Frank Sinatra. It's I Live Alone from Gordon Jenkins. One of those nice romantic sounding records, like a lot of stuff you might hear from Gordon Jenkins. It's on Cap Records. It's mono. Don't have anything from Cap though. K-A-P-P. By the way, the last few I'm going to show are the ones I'm most excited about. This is the first album from the band Asia, supergroup from Asia. I mean, supergroup called Asia. It's so funny, a lot of you guys probably knew about these guys, and I don't really listen to too many of the other bands that the people come from, like Yes or whatever, but the album cover is sweet as hell. And I didn't even look at the names of the titles, so when I got home I played the first track and I was like, oh, it's Heat of the Moment, that's their big hit, who knew, right? So there you go, Asia. This guy seemed pretty intense, and you know, a lot of times you go to a Goodwill, you'll find lots of Christian records, you know, and you gotta pick out the good ones, and you know, sometimes you're not gonna get lucky, but from reading up on my smartphone when I was in the store and stuff and looking into this, it just seemed like this guy was a little bit more serious than the others, and a little bit more real deal, and not just like corny, you know, religious music, but real good, serious worship music. Which is John Michael Talbot, Songs for Worship, Volume 1. And I'm pretty interested to hear it. I think it's just going to be really sweet, like serious gospel or serious worship. It's on a record label called Birdwing. These are two soundtracks I have. I've never seen either one of the movies, but I think a lot of people probably know this movie who are from around the 70s. It's the soundtrack to the movie Love Story, composed by Francis Lai. I did download a torrent of the movie though to see how it goes. I see how it has Ray Milland in it. I think Ray Milland is pretty dope, so that's pretty cool. Love means never having to say you're sorry. I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, but it is what it is. I don't think there's any singing or anything. I'm pretty sure it's all composed tracks. So, you know, the real thing, it's on Paramount Records. The real thing is that I feel like if you enjoy the movie and the music isn't, from what I read from someone, it seemed like the music was a good part of this movie. So if I see the movie and I watch it and I like it, then who knows, right? I mean, maybe I'll end up enjoying the actual music more because I'll think of it. You know, it's sort of like you have to connect that. If you don't, it's interesting. I mean, it might be interesting to do something on that or have a thread or someone give me their thoughts on it and talk about it. But I think music in terms of movie soundtracks can have a completely different ability to really interact with you and leave an impression on you if you see the film versus not seeing the film or the TV show or wherever the music's from. I'm talking about this type of stuff because, like I mentioned in one of my past videos with that personal message, I like the idea of being a music director and doing music with the right scenes and stuff. So this is the other one. It's a movie called Loving Couples. It has Susan Sarandon in it. And what's her face? What's her face? You know what I'm talking about. Shirley MacLaine. It's on Motown Records, so I thought, hey, what the hell, right? And it has people like Temptations, Cyrita, who Stevie Wonder is involved with, Billy Preston, Jermaine Jackson, which is a pretty funky song called Bass Odyssey. So I figured for a Motown record, like maybe it's worth checking it out. This would seem pretty cool. I never knew about this chick, but I picked this up last week at a Value Village, I think it was, or maybe it was a good, yeah, no, it was a Goodwill. It was a Goodwill, and it's a lesbian feminist singer-songwriter from the '70s who is still making music today, as far as I know, named Chris Williamson, and it is called Live Dream with Jackie Robbins and Jude Millington, 2 other women. And I thought it was cool to pick up because it's signed by her on the front, which is pretty fun to find. It seems like someone must have given it to her and said, hey, can you do this for my friends? So it says, happy birthday, Monty, Chris Williamson. Alright, we got Dawn Patrol from Night Ranger on Boardwalk Records. Anything with lasers, in my opinion, is worth having. Lasers can never be a bad thing. These are the ones I'm most excited about right here, these last 4. They seem pretty good from the first couple songs. I don't know Dire Straits at all. I think, I know Steffi Vaughn, I think she enjoys Dire Straits from a video I've seen. This is John Illsley of Dire Straits. I think it's his 2nd album called Glass. I think the sleeve and the cover of this album is really awesome. I love the picture. This is the Richard Harris Love album. I realized later on that I actually had a Richard Harris album, his first one, and didn't keep it because I didn't know if I really was feeling it. But this really was intriguing to me, and I think I'm going to enjoy this from the first couple songs I've listened to. These 2 are the most I'm excited about. These 2 seem to be the really good finds that actually seem to go for a pretty nice amount of money. They're kind of rare and on the rare side of finding, so when I catch them at thrift store, it's exciting. This is George Shearing, I Hear Music on Metro. And, you know, it's so funny, you know, because I saw this, I brought into a Starbucks and early in the morning, I had the bag in my car, I sat down at like 6:30 in the morning with this old guy that always comes into Starbucks, and I give him a free little bit of coffee in a cup, and I was like, oh, I'll show you what I got. We were talking, and I just pulled out the bag, and he was like going crazy over this. He met George Shearing, he met him, he saw him perform a bunch of times. The guy's blind, and it's like quintet music. The guy's blind, he's a piano player that's supposed to be really highly regarded, and I'm like, damn, it's like every single piano player who's really great is blind, it seems. You got Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles, and George Shearing. But this seems to be a little bit of a hard find. I'm pretty happy with this, and I'm going to spend more time on that. And then this one I got today, I'm super excited about. This guy is just a baller. I don't know why, it looked like it was like anything else, but something caught me about it. His name is Rufus Lumley. It's just a self-titled record. There's a couple Beatles covers on here, Eleanor Rigby and Michelle. His big songs on here, I think, were Stronger Than Me and Just Say Goodbye. This guy's voice is nuts. Like, really has a great voice. I'm really impressed with this, and it's just crazy, because it's just like, I didn't even know who this dude was, but this guy is a soulful dude. This guy is awesome. It's on RCA Victor. Got the record in good shape. Just some guy signed his name a little bit on the front cover, but that's it. Man, like literally, like let me know if you know about Rufus Lumley. Because if not, like if you do, let's talk about him. Because I mean, I never knew this dude, but this guy rocks when it comes to singing. And like it says here, fair warning. Have your last laugh now at the man's name, because for the moment you hear his voice, you're going to feel like a talent scout for the find of the year. Not a hillbilly, not a comedian, not the title of a far-out folk rock combo from San Francisco. Rufus Lumley is the name of a serious, blonde, blue-eyed young man on the verge of stardom. He sings as in the shower, swings as in a discotheque, improvises as in jazz, feels as in poetry, and projects as in theater. So my man Rufus. Rufus! So that's what we got for now for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm catching up with some of your guys' stuff in the last couple days. It's a lot of fun. And Zach gets me about what I was talking about. Get back with me, Zeke. And Bizarro, I'm really glad to come across your channel thanks to Paulie. So take care, guys. Be good.